Hey there, it's Jenny from Southern Savers. It's Monday night and it's time for our normal Monday night Q&A. The fun part about this, you get to ask any questions that you have, saving money, couponing. The sky's the limit, but I always try to come with a topic too. So tonight's is the much awaited back to school. How to save on back to school, tips, tricks, all of that, but also just deals to expect, who has the best deals, everything under the sun. So we're going to try to hit it all. I have lots of things printed so that I can make it through the list. I also told my kids to find me lots of back to school supplies. So I'm surrounded by crayons and markers right now because they took that job to heart. So I should have tons of things to hold up as we go through tonight. It's good to give your kids a task and watch them just, completely own it. So as we go through, again, if you've got questions on anything, it does not have to be on actually what we're talking about. I'm cool with us off topic. You leave those questions directly in the comments on the video and I will answer them. So my husband's also in the comments, and between the two of us, hopefully we will catch everybody's comments. If for some reason I miss it, don't take it personally. It wasn't intentional at all. So send me a Facebook message if I miss it after the fact, or an email. I'm always glad to answer them. So we're going to dive in. Carol's saying, wow, it's already that time again. So if you are new on back to schoolness and shopping back to school deals, I know it seems crazy early, but this is the week that it all really kicks in. Now, we actually saw Staples and Target start to turn on their sales a few weeks early this year. I think everybody's just kind of chomping at the bit, and it's kind of like Christmas and how Christmas just gets further and further out. Hobby Lobby is moving in Christmas right now, so you really could go crazy if you wanted to. But all of the big deals start the week after July 4th, so we're here. That's this week. Now, how does this work in terms of getting the best deals possible? I do not recommend that you run in today and buy everything you think you're going to need this week. So I'd almost recommend that you use the same mentality with back to school that we use for groceries. And we want to look at what's on sale this week, and we want to buy what we think we'll use that is on sale this week. And then we want to look at what is on sale next week and do the same thing. So always kind of watching those sales. And what I mean by that is like the key sale. So Staples is going to run items for a penny, Office Depot, Office Max doing the same thing. Those are the ones that we want to go in and grab when they're crazy, crazy cheap. There are some things that aren't going to go much lower in price. So I held up the crayons earlier, but they're a great example. Right now, Staples, Publix with the new Publix ad that starts on Wednesday, Walmart. It doesn't matter where you go. Crayola crayons are 50 cents a box. Even Dollar General, Crayola crayons are 50 cents a box. That price is basically like the new norm price. It is the price everywhere. Will we see it go lower? Yes. We usually see Crayola crayons hit 25 cents at least twice. So 2 different weeks during the next 6 weeks, they will hit 25 cents. Now, some of you may be like, that's cool. I'm good with them at 50 cents. Go for it. If you want to go ahead and grab them and you only need a box because your kids are 14 and they stopped using crayons years ago, that works. For those of us that are getting a lot, you might want to wait until they're 25 cents, until we hit those 1 or 2 weeks. Oh, thanks, Joanne. She says it's between watching me or the next Supreme Court nominee. You know what? I don't have enough blood pressure medicine to handle some of that, so this is much more tame. Thanks for joining us. So with other items, there are going to be some key sales that you're going to see. I just want to mention this one because it's a tight one. We're only going to see it twice. I can't even really, it's not like I can be like, set your clocks for this particular week. It just pops in. And I will warn you, one of the deals that we always saw in years past was at Toys R Us every year. So losing Toys R Us hopefully won't be a drastic impact to your crayon purchases, but that is a change. And one other thing to mention is house brands here. So are we going to see a ton of coupons for back to school items? It's a yes and a no. But in some brands, no. You're not going to find a lot of Crayola coupons. They did come out with a few last year, but we're not going to have a ton. So there might be some items that you decide to just go completely house brand. These guys right now at Target are already 25 cents a pack. So maybe you decide, you know what, I'm not waiting for Crayola. I'm just going to go up and up at 25 cents a pack. And they're going to be that price the entire time. So Target and Walmart pretty much set their prices and have an occasional sale that they throw in there. Not much. Target's going to use a lot of cartwheel deals to offer those occasional sales. But generally, the prices that you see are the prices that you get. It's kind of following that always low prices, nothing's really on sale mindset. So the best deals are going to be at Staples, Office Depot, and Office Max, keeping in mind that Office Depot and Office Max are the same ad, same store. But just so you kind of have a way to go. So I don't necessarily want to get it all done in one store at one time. I want to watch as the sales come out each week, and I want to probably head to an office supply store to get some of the lower prices. But there are a few things that you can do to kind of branch out of that. So one thing that's going to happen is, let me just use this. This is a pretend example, so don't run anywhere. But let's say that Staples puts these guys, which my kids use all the time. Staples puts them on sale for 50 cents a pack, which would be pretty sweet because a lot of times we're going to have a coupon coming out for $1 off. But in the end, let's even just say they're free after that coupon. If I go to Staples to get these, odds are they're going to be out of them. Staples may only have 40 in the store, and they ran out of them by Sunday night, and I'm getting there on Monday morning. If it's a national brand item, do not forget that you can price match this at Target. Target will honor local competitor ads. So all I need to do is walk in and show them the Staples ad, or scan the barcode of this product and show it to them in the store on the Staples website, and they are going to give you that price. So you're going to get the same deal. And I would tuck that one away because there are going to be some super, super good deals that you're going to want to get, but they're completely out of in Staples. So in that mode, it's got to be a national brand. So I don't have any Staples house brands, but if Staples has a price match as well too, guys. So if Target had these on sale for a nickel and you wanted to go in and get Staples erasers and price match that, I can't. This is a Target house brand. Staples is going to price match a national brand. Target is going to price match a national brand. Just so you're kind of aware of how that price match is going to work. But it's a pretty sweet way to save on back to school supplies using that. So if the Walmart price is lower than the Target price, you can get the Walmart price in Target. Yeah, just to kind of have that in the back of your mind. One plug there is to use the Southern Savers app. So if you've not already tried it out, Southern Savers has a way to scan barcodes on products. So we're looking at a piece of the Southern Savers app right now. If I went in and let's even go here. Normally I would say let's go a little bigger, but I'm pretty sure this one's going to work. So we're going to scan the barcode on these Crayola crayons, and it's going to show me the price everywhere right now. There we go. It's pulling in some lower ones, and it takes it a second to pull them all in. But there we go. We've got 50 cents at Walmart, Office Depot, Kmart. We've got a few options that are already, showing up at 50 cents. We literally could buy them online if we wanted to, but it's helping me if I'm in the store and I want to price match this, I can see who has the lower price. So normally I would say use this for larger things, but you can use it for small things too. You can also use the item search for your small things. One other plug while I have this up is it's a really good way to look for the best deal on textbooks, especially those of you who are homeschooling. So if you're going to Homeschool Expos and you're looking at used books and used curriculum, don't just, assume that it's a great price. This is what I do when I go to Homeschool Expos. I walk around and I scan the barcodes on the backs of books so that I know that I have the best price possible. So in case you really need a deal on Latin 1 for the new millennium, this is going to tell me if there are any sales. I don't think there are. I actually had a really hard time finding this textbook for a class that my girls are doing this year. So it didn't return anything. Let's try some sex and math really quick. But just to kind of show you the gist. There we go. So I'm seeing who has the best price. It's definitely Walmart. But how you would use this if you're at an expo with a bunch of used curriculum, is the used price beating the online prices for these items? That's your best way to know that. So scan the barcodes on the school supplies, on the textbooks. It's a really, really good way if you're there locally to make sure that you're getting the best deal possible. You are going to be much happier that you did. Okay, I'm going to jump into some questions really quick, and then we're going to come back to where everything else that I had for the night, but I don't want to miss it. Let's see. So Paige, I thought we had reset your account to be an email login. So if it's still not letting you in, even though we reset to an email login, let me know and we can try to make that work again. So Anne, no, you don't have to key in the barcode on that. You just scan it. So when you hit the scanner, it will automatically pull up the barcode and basically take a picture as long as you let it have access to your camera. So it's a really good way to be able to pull that up quickly and kind of indiscreetly. You know, no one sees me going around and checking the prices of their books at their at their tables, hopefully. Oh, and Wendy, thank you. Wendy's pointing out batteries. So this week, Office Depot did not really come out with school supply deals in their ad. It's kind of like someone forgot what week it was. But no specific school supplies are mentioned in the ad, but they do have free batteries this week, Duracell batteries. So they will run this a couple more times during back to school season, but you should just stock up every time you see it. And I will say for Office Depot, while they did not put anything in the weekly ad, if you go to the store, they have already activated what their general prices are going to be for the summer. So as you saw when I scanned the crayons, they came up with 50-cent crayons. So their prices are already there. They just chose to not tell anybody about them this week, and we should see them in next week's ad. Will the 16 count crayons go on sale or just the 24 count? My kids list is very specific. So we will see some deals on them, but nowhere near the price of the 24 count. That's so strange. Is your teacher just anti fun colors? I don't know why there would be a difference. I guess you get like one green. But to think about, you know, what colors would you leave out? So I may be the annoying mom who said, okay, great, let me compare the two and I'll send you a 16 in a Ziploc bag. But the price difference, the 16 is usually going to hit about 99 cents versus the 24 that's going to be 50 cents or a quarter, depending on where you want to go with that. But yeah, you can decide how difficult you want to be. Paige says, this is a difficult time for me. I have no kids, but I love school supplies. Paige, I am with you on that. Even when my girls were really little, I would still buy school supplies, and we didn't really need any. So we go overboard now just so mama can have a few after everybody steals them, but we all love school supplies in our house. So let's talk really quick on school supplies for folks who aren't really ready yet. So if your teacher has not released a list or you have no idea where to go, I know, we were just talking about the specifics of some lists. I would still recommend grabbing, especially the items that are the penny items or the 10-cent items this week. If you think it's going to be on the list, I would recommend grabbing it. Even if we don't end up using it this year, we can tuck it away. We can kind of have a drawer of just extra school supplies. You never know how these are going to pair in, projects that come up. For us, it was, it's Sunday night and someone announces that we need some kind of special holder for a report to go in. This could have been told a week ago. Having that extra little drawer can come in handy in those moments. The other thing that I would recommend, though, is that we buy twice as much. There are no spring back to school sales. So whatever you think you're going to need, you need to make sure that you get enough for the entire school year, and consider homework too. Consider that we have enough pencils at home as well as pencils that we're sending to school. And that, if you've got little ones, I know homework's not on your brain, but they'll start to have things that they're coming home with even as young as first grade. Kindergarten does not normally have a lot, unless you just have a really, really high-strung teacher. But first grade, second grade, you're going to start to have some things that they're going to need to do at home. Okay, so to jump back and make sure we've got everything else. Oh, thank you, Sue. So the extras, and this is what we've already done, Sue. So I grabbed all that the Target had on this one little display, because Target hasn't really unpacked their massive school section yet. But I did take them all, guys. It was 10. I bought 10 boxes at 25 cents a piece, and these are all going in Operation Christmas Child boxes. So we not only stock up for back to school, but we totally go big for OCC during these next 6 weeks, because that's crazy cheap to be able to put in an Operation Christmas Child box. And come Christmas, they're back up to like $1.50 a box. I can't handle that. So we try to do a big packing party with our American Heritage Girls troop, and trying to get enough for that many, I got to do it on the cheap. But yes, thank you for that reminder for sure. And any other donations. So if you're not doing Operation Christmas Child, just think about the kids who have no school supplies. And with that, there are usually donation bins in most stores. So, give them another week or two. Target's going to have one. Staples is going to have one for you to donate back to school supplies right there in the store. When I mentioned Target, so right now Target has already activated all of their sales and they put it in their flyer, but they have not taken over the back corner of the store. And you guys should know what I'm talking about if you're in Target on a semi-regular basis. So that back corner is always whatever is the seasonal area. Currently, it is patio and outdoor, and it's all on clearance. So hopefully you caught that. I shared it on Facebook as soon as we left Target yesterday. But it's 30% off on all outdoor patio and items related to that, so that they can clear that area out. I know one person sent me a message and said in her store it wasn't. It will be any moment, because they need that section set up by next week. No pressure, but they do. So they're going to clearance it pretty hard to get it out so back to school can come in. And once they build out that huge section of back to school, that's when you're going to start to see them run even more promotions, because they're going to have a lot more stock going as well. But just so you kind of have that mind frame. So let's go bigger here. One of the questions that I get from a lot of folks is, how do we save on electronics that we need? So this is a TI-84. It's the new color graphing, which one person specifically sent me a message on. Best price that we saw last year, I looked it up just so I could tell you, was $88. Now this is normally like $130. So 88 is pretty sweet in terms of a just general price for a graphing calculator. When we see that price, be ready for them to sell out and be ready to price match that somewhere else, just to, have that mindset, because they did last time. So best price for this guy was at Staples last year. And then you could have turned around and price matched that in Target if you wanted to. So one big tip for this specifically. So this model has been out for a couple years now. So you even could use this even for the fancy color graphing, if that's what your teacher wants, is to look at getting it used. Look at Craigslist. Look at Facebook Marketplace. I cannot tell you how many of these will be up there at the end of the school year. Now, I know you kind of missed that mark, but you may still find some that are up there, and you may find some that are up there at the beginning of the school year. Kids finish out that Algebra 2 or geometry, and they have no plans on ever going back, and they are ready to chunk these out the window. But you're going to get a really good price on them used. And guys, they last forever. So this is one that TI actually gave to me a few years back, but I could go into the kitchen and pull mine out from high school. It still works. It still does everything. It's a TI-89. It's the same TI-89 that you would buy in Target today. The only difference between mine from high school, which I'm not going to tell you how old it is not only does it have my maiden name carved into the back of it, but it takes batteries instead of currently these guys are, you charge them and they don't take batteries constantly. I don't know about you guys, but I remember carrying batteries to have a backup pair for a test. You don't have to do that anymore. That's the only difference. It still does the same things. So go used if you can. I mean, 88 for a new one isn't bad, but 50 or 45 for a used one is still pretty sweet. So eBay, look around. You're going to get some really good deals on these if these are on your shopping list. By just going used or price matching when we see the really, really good sale. So I see folks talking about pencils. Ticonderoga is definitely the brand that people go crazy for. We already saw some deals, and this one, the best deals that we see on Ticonderoga, that's a really hard word to say, by the way, is always bulk. So we've seen them already on Amazon. It's like a 96 count box. and it's less than $10, comes out to, or it might even, I want to say it's less than that even, comes out to less than like a nickel a pencil is what we saw last time. That's the deal that you want to watch for if you can. So I know that's a ton of pencils, but just consider it like this is our pencil investment for the next 4 years, if that's the case, or split them up with some folks. But when you start to look at the 10 packs, we don't always get them as cheap as we can the bulk packs for that specific brand. Now, if you don't care about your pencil, you are not a Ticonderoga brand loyalist on that one. We've already seen Dixon 10 count pencils, 12 count pencils for the number 2 Dixon pencils as low as 25 cents a piece between Staples and Target. So you can watch for other brands and see plenty of deals. It's just if you're brand loyal to that one, you may want to go with a bulk deal to get the best price on that brand. Oh, and Paige, great question. So back to the patio deals. I was mentioning, patio deals are already running at Target. We've got clearance deals even at Lowe's and Home Depot on them as well. Paige says, is this a good time to buy pools on clearance? Yes, Paige. I even saw clearance pools in the Big Lots ad this past weekend. So be on the lookout for them wherever you're in the hunt for them. Kohl's, Big Lots. Everybody is already marking them down. So that would be the ones that you have shipped to you and you put up yourself. If we're talking installation, they may give you a discount. But when we're talking the Intex ones that are all above ground, yes, this is your time to be able to get a pretty good deal. Let's see. And Disha says elementary usually has some extra school supplies, but middle and high school never does. So yeah, send some to the school to have the teacher tuck away in a drawer. I know another one that I saw for one teacher mentioning in Facebook comments was on Kleenexes. She didn't care one bit about what kind of crayons you sent to class. All she cared about were the Kleenexes, and that none of the parents sent them. So I can't imagine having a room full of first graders and no Kleenexes, but going that route is a good way to win your teacher's heart over, maybe. And Randy says, our school district requires clear or mesh book bags, and the selection on those are lousy. There's definitely not a lot to pick from in that, but we have seen some sales. And Randy, what you want to watch for on backpacks is at Staples. Staples is going to offer 50% off. They're going to offer 50% back in rewards. They'll kind of play around with both of those offers. And then we're going to see Target also offer a cartwheel on them. So Target already has some cartwheels out on back to school. They're not as high as I would like, but they're already out. And with backpacks, that's what I would wait for on your mesh and your clears. Now, folks that don't need mesh and clear and you can do anything, we've already seen some fun deals. So we actually bought one. I don't know if any of you guys got the LL Bean deal, but this was one that we grabbed with that same deal. I guess this was last week, and it came in the mail just over the weekend. So there have been some sweet deals out. This is normally a $45 LL Bean backpack, and it was $14. So kind of watching around, LL Bean backpacks will last forever. And when it comes to backpacks, I do recommend that you not necessarily focus on name, but focus on quality. So not really going with the $2 backpack at Walgreens, especially for kids that are 5th grade and up. They can use that backpack for a long time. That's another thing that I can haul out. I have a red JanSport backpack that I have had since high school. I used it all the way through high school, all the way through college. And it's about to be my carry-on an airplane later on this week. So, when you go quality on backpacks, they really do pay off in the end. So most of our kiddos have LL Bean backpacks, not to sound snobby on that. Some of them were given to us by grandparents, but to be able to grab them on clearance for $14.99, we're there. We did it. My husband even jumped on that one. So definitely going with good quality will last forever. And Jamie's even mentioning JanSport is great with their lifetime guarantee. So if you do have a problem, they really mean it. Though I don't think that they sell my version anymore. And that would be very sad to give up. So to plug in, and Carrie says, will LL Bean have any more backpacks on sale? They will, Carrie. We're going to see 50% off school supplies, 50% off backpacks. They're going to run a number of sales. Watch for LL Bean, though, to not be probably until last week of July, first week in August. And the reason is that poor L.L. Bean, they're still clearancing out swim. So they aren't really ready for the deep discounts on back to school. They're going to start small and then work their way to the prices that we want to pay. So hold off on your L.L. Bean backpack, but we really will. We'll see a number of really good deals on them. We also saw some fun deals on Pottery Barn backpacks and lunch boxes already that were on clearance, but we'll see those again as we get closer. And Sandra is saying, how do we get it that cheap? So again, they were running clearance and they were running 20% off. I think it was 20% off on clearance. So that was the specific deal. It was only on certain models. And we actually compared this to L.L. Beans that we had. The only difference was that this one does not have a mesh water bottle pocket. I think something with the bottom that my husband was pointing out. But other than that, it's the exact same size as the one that my kids also already had. My other kids, because grandparents gave them to them, have a monogram right here. But you know what? The 10-year-old, she doesn't care. She's pretty excited that it was blue. That's all she cared about. Looking for those clearance deals really, Carrie, is the gist of it. And then trying to find a coupon code when you can to pair with them. Okay, so let's talk. We hit backpacks. One other thing locally. So I know I'm mentioning L.L. Bean. That's going to be online. But local backpacks, again, Staples is going to run 50% off and alternate between that and 50% back in Staples Rewards. Office Depot, Office Snacks will do something similar, but they usually don't hit 50%. They usually hit like a 25 to maybe as high as a 35% kind of offer, but never as high as Staples. And Target will offer cartwheels. I did want to show you guys with Target, they are kind of hiding their back to school. You know, they're not really ready for it yet in the store, but folks were ready. When I was there yesterday, I was really just trying to take pictures of deals so that I could add them all to the unadvertised list. That one aisle was insane. There were probably 7 different buggies and tons of people. And meanwhile, they all went home and talked about some lady who was just taking pictures of it all. But there were a lot of people on the aisle. So folks are chomping at the bit to get the deals. So right now they're hiding. In a bit, if you click on categories, you will be able to see them with their own little circle, but their circle isn't there yet. And it's not even here. You don't want back to college. That's all decor. We aren't looking for decor right now unless, you know, you're in that boat, but most of us aren't. I didn't talk you through what I just did. So what it is under is collections. And then we have a spot for all of our back to school. There's not a lot here yet, but there will be. So we've got some backpacks, but again, it's not as high as I want it. So backpacks are only at 10%. But we do have Crayola for the larger packs of Crayola. We've got some Bic there and some Papermate there. This Purell actually makes a pretty good deal if you need hand sanitizer because we do have a $1 off printable coupon. But a lot of what's there is kind of Target just randomly throwing some things in because it sounds like back to school. So watch for this to have a lot more offers. So if you are not already using Cartwheel, I've emphasized this a lot on Monday night Q&As, you should be checking this out. So this is a way for you to have your own set of sales and watch for them to put most of the good deals. I mean, I'll go big here and say almost 75% of the deals that you're going to grab in Target for back to school are going to be because there was a Cartwheel to go with them. So in terms of getting the best prices, you should be using it. This is Cartwheel online, but Cartwheel is also part of the Target mobile app. So you could just completely use the mobile app if you wanted to. For me, I always start online because there are so many Cartwheel offers that to start anywhere else is just near impossible to go through them all. So you can come in and you can click on all if you want. And then I always come in and sort by discount. And that way I can process what all's in there. Like this week, 50% off Pepsi. But this is how smart people shop Target because Target is brilliant and they don't have to offer discounts to everybody. They only have to offer discounts to the people who are smart enough to get them. So please don't do any back to school shopping without the Target Cartwheel app. That is your like little intervention for the night. Hopefully you'll remember. If you haven't been using it, you'll remember to pull it out and use it. Okay. Now, one thing, my husband stuck it in the comments already, but there is a back to school by price list. So I published this last week. You can print it out. There's a handy dandy printable version that is part of that post. But the post details out the prices that we see regularly for these items. And to make it a little easier for you, actually, I will just share it and share the screen with you so that you can see it. So this is the printable version, just spelled out online still. But it's going to give you a ballpark of what you're looking for specific items so that when you're in the store, you can have an idea, is this really the sale that I want to get, or is it going to go lower? So this is based on prices that we have seen in the past and pretty regularly seen in the past. But also one thing to mention here, you could very well end up getting them cheaper. I don't want to just put free next to every single thing. But there are going to be moments when something does come out to be better. So let me see if I can make this bigger so that you guys that are on your mobile phones can see it a tiny bit better. But a good example is these dry erase markers right there. I have them as $1 to $2.50, depends on the deal that you're grabbing. But we potentially could see them even lower. Really just depends on, which ones you're going to grab. Has Expo put out their coupons yet? Do I get to pair any of that with it? So, I don't want to say free on everything. Could you beat these prices? Yes. On some of them, no. There's already a penny there. Probably not going to beat that. But gives you a really good idea of where to go and what your price point is for the items that you're looking for on most of the things that we would all need just to help you out. So we stuck that link in the comments already. So that you can go and print it and be set to go. And then we just stuck it in the comments again in case you needed it. Do Target cartwheels work on clearance? And can you get more than one of them with it? So Paige, it's kind of a yes or no. So there are some Target cartwheels that do work on clearance items, but a number of them will specifically say that they don't. So we'll see like 20% off Target clearance clothing. That one you're good to go on. But a lot of them will have in the fine print, not acceptable for clearance items. And the best examples of that's always in beauty, because you think of like the end caps in beauty and how much can end up on those end caps. So a cartwheel cannot be applied with a price match. All the other little stipulations. But even, I pulled up one example just to get an idea. And this specific one does not say it. It's reading the fine print on them, but it's a yes or no on the clearance. And then on the number, 99% of the cartwheels that are out there are all good on up to 4 qualifying products. And let me share my screen again, just so that it kind of to make sense. So they'll even say that here. So each cartwheel can be used on up to 4 qualifying items. It's in the fine print. But there are 2 different kinds of offers in Cartwheel. So we've got our percent offs, and these are store sales. So you can always use a percent off 4 times, if not more. And then there are dollar off offers. So as we scroll down, we're going to hit those. Here we go. So we've got $3 off Venus disposable razors, $2 off Dove Derma Series. Those are truly manufacturer's coupons, and they tell you that. I'll try to just make this super big for us too. But they tell us that right here, that it says MFR, single use coupon. So that guy, he's only coming off 1 time versus this one is going to come off 4 times. So there are some sweet offers here. And I know we're talking back to school, but my brain sees this and I just want to share, and this would go with this deal and this would go with this deal. But, since we're right here, they are running a huge unadvertised deal on Unilever hair care and Tresemme. So buy 4 participating Unilever hair cares, which is Dove, Tresemme, Suave, all of those, and you get a $5 gift card back. So, you could go here, buy 4 Tresemmes, you get the idea. So you compare all these in with their sales and their deals as well if you've not ever used them. Okay, other questions. Let's see. Walgreens, is Walgreens going to have back to school sales this year like they did last year? I'm not seeing any of their deals in the previews. So Maria, yes, the drugstores are slower to the game than office supply stores and big box stores, but we're going to see free after Extra Care Buck, free after Balance Reward deals at both Walgreens and CVS. I would give them until the last week in July and then the whole month of August. So they start a little later and then they go a little longer, where we're going to see these back to school sales and Staples and Office Depot, even Target and Walmart. They're going to turn off at the first full week in September. You're done. You'll get them slightly through Labor Day, and in some areas not even there, and then they're done. Where the drugstores will carry over for maybe 2 more weeks past that, and then boom, they're into Halloween and all of that stuff. So that's what I would wait for, though. So 2 more weeks on drugstore ads until you're going to really see them kick in with their freebies and the other offers. So what we saw last year from CVS was some freebies and then some just general office supply Extra Care Bucks, like buy $20 worth of office supply pens and pencils and get a $10 Extra Care Buck. So we're going to see a little bit of both across the board. So some of them will be specific items and some will be entire categories, if that makes sense. Do school supplies include printers? And what is a good printer price? So yes, so school supplies include anything computer or computer peripherals, as we say, or as they say in the market, which would be a printer, or I guess other little gadgets for your computer. We will see some deals. We've already seen the Favorite Brother wireless printer hit about $89. We could potentially see it hit $79. That was the price that we saw for Black Friday, was 70. I think it was 75 actually for Black Friday. And it will usually hit its Black Friday price during back to school at least once in each store. So if that's the one you're waiting for, that's the one I would be waiting for. It's a Brother, and everyone always asks this a lot, so get your pencil ready. But the Favorite is a Brother HL 2240 or higher. So they also make a 2340. The numbers are all very similar, or higher. So if you go lower, it's usually not wireless. And you do want a wireless. You can print from your phone. You can print from your iPad. You want a wireless. So the 40 or higher is what you're looking for. And then, you know, the sky's the limit from there, but kind of looking in that $75 to even $89 price range on that printer. It's normally a $120 printer, so it's a pretty good price. Let's go laptops though, because that's the other side of this. So I've said this 100 times, but back to school is the best time to buy a laptop. The laptop deals that we see during back to school time always beat the laptop deals that we see on Black Friday. You want to buy a TV? Let's wait till Black Friday. But if you want to buy a computer, this is it. So in terms of the deals last year, and really for the last few years, Staples always wins. They always have the lowest prices, not to mention that they have really the largest selection. Walmart is going to offer some crazy cheap prices on a few laptops, but when you head into the store, that's really all they sell. They don't have a ton of selection. People don't go to Walmart to buy a laptop. And then think about the one that you're buying. When it comes to computers, we really would like it to last 3 to 4 years would be a nice range. You know, some of you may want it to last way longer than that, but come 4 years from now, your laptop's pretty outdated when we're talking technology. So with laptops, think Staples, and then watch each week. So I would have a ballpark of what you're wanting to pay for, and then kind of watch the sales until you hit that point, and you probably will. So we're going to see Dell, HP, Toshiba's, and then some house brand names that you may not have heard of. Don't worry about, in a sense, that outside name quite as much as you worry about what's on the inside. What is the processor? Is it an Intel? Is it an Intel kind of no name, or is it an Intel i3 or i5, which are really the bigger and better options versus the Celeron? And a lot of folks don't have any issues with AMD either, which is the cheaper version of Intel's processors. But processor is really the bulk of what you want to look at. What's the processor speed on a laptop? And one more on laptops. Do not go past the second week in August. The prices do not get any better. And come the second week in August, if anything, the prices start to go back up because now they know they have you between a rock and a hard place. So don't wait too long on laptops. Maria's asking about tablets. So Maria, we are going to see some tablet deals. I'm not sure what you're needing. So this is my brain just left me, a Fire, an Amazon Fire tablet. Super good deals on these. It's going to be next week for Prime Day. So Amazon Prime Day is going to start July 16th at noon. It's going to run through the 17th. And a lot of what we see on Prime Day is Amazon electronics. So if you want a Fire, if you want a Kindle, that's a great time to get them because they really will be hitting their Black Friday prices. This is just a little tiny guy, but just so you have an idea of what it looks like if you've not ever seen it. iPads and other tablets. If your school, first off, if this is a school purchase and they don't care whether you go Android or iOS, I would always say go Android. And that's a hard one. For me to say that is pretty big because I'm talking to you on a Mac and I have an Apple Watch and I have, I'm all Apple. But when it comes to kids and tablets, Android tablets are exponentially cheaper than iOS tablets. And you have no clue how long this tablet is going to last. Are they going to smash this on day one? Or is it going to actually make it through a couple years? You don't know. Is it going to get stolen? This is a big what if when we come to tablets and kids. So I would not put a ton of money into it. Android tablets, we're going to see during back to school in the $60 to $90 range for some of these. So really, really cheap tablets that are still good. They're still very functional, no issues. It's not like they have pieces hanging out the side. They're going to work great for your kids. And as long as it's Android, they're going to be able to use most of the apps that are out there. The warning I would give you is on a Windows tablet, mostly being that not every app out there creates a Windows version. So if you're trying to use it or your kids are trying to use it with tons of different apps, you may find when you come to look for the Windows version of that app that it does not exist. There is no Southern Savers Windows app. There is not even for most of our Ibotta's and SavingStar. They haven't gone into that market. It's already so expensive to make an app for Android and iOS that to then go and make a third one for this small group of people. So I would be very hesitant to jump on a Windows tablet, but all over an Android because the price is going to be so much cheaper. Now, Apple, because, there are a number of us that are still going to be like, no, I want the Apple. I don't care. So we've already seen some deals. We've got the new, or sorry, not the new, but the older 5th generation, I guess. We're currently on 6th generation. But the 5th generations have been on sale in Walmart here recently. So I would check Walmart. I would check walmart.com. Be totally cool with going with last year's model, guys, because you are going to get a much better price over the new model. I would not go back too far. And I say that with personal moments because I have a very old iPad mini that has been trying to download an iOS update for most of the night tonight. And it can't even get the latest iOS anymore. It's long been outdated. iOS is currently on they just released 12, iOS 12. It is in beta mode. And old iPads can get as high as 9. And then they are become obsolete in Apple's minds. They don't offer support for them anymore or current iOS versions. So don't go too old. Stay within the last couple of years, but you're going to get a pretty good price. And stores still have them, and they're very glad to get rid of them before new models come out. So new models come out for Apple every September, early October. So if I can get a current model iPad before September or October, I am going to get a good price. The closer we get to September and October, possibly an even better price because they want to get rid of the old models before the new models come out. So it's a lot like cars, but that's going to be your best option. Are laptop deals better for Prime Day or back to school? So Jenny, with laptop deals, I would say back to school. I would not expect Prime Day. You're going to see some some laptops, But Prime Day really, guys, like the lowdown in my opinion. There are some hit and miss deals all over the place, and that keeps me a little hopping. But most of Prime Day is Amazon having a way to market their own products. So Amazon isn't in the laptop industry yet. This is where we get to market. Oh, where'd she go? My husband pulled her. I talked about her as if she's a person. We get to, have our Echo Dots. My children love her. She lives mounted to the top of a cabinet, which is why she has her command strip there. But they will wake up and ask Alexa, what should I have for breakfast? You should ask her that if you've never asked her. But you're going to see Echo Dots. You're going to see the Echo Show, all of that super, super cheap. Not necessarily laptops, but Amazon products are going to be kind of the best deal. And then they are pushing hard a lot of first time launch products. So those could be interesting. Not sure what we're going to end up with. So Deisha says she got an LL Bean backpack to use as her daughter's diaper bag when she was a baby, and now she carries it in her last year of high school. That's pretty cool. And I think, honestly, you should have taken a picture when she was a baby. You could have sent that to LL Bean, and they would be putting it in every commercial possible. That is very fun. For Aaron, for the printer, we saw a deal last week. I would be waiting maybe another week. There's not one this week that's really that wowing. But I will try to make sure that you know about it when there is a deal running. And for printer paper, a ream that is needed, for a back brace or just one wrap package. So what I would do for printer paper, most years we see Staples and Office Depot /Max run free reams of paper or penny reams of paper using their rewards programs. So I would wait for that. And we're going to get that almost every single week. It has not started up yet, but it will in the next couple of weeks. You can get one ream. Sometimes they even are offering free shipping and you just get it sent straight to you. But it's one 500 sheet ream. Even grabbing 2 or 3 of those, you're probably going to be set for a while for most of what an average household is printing. That's going to cover your coupons for a while too. But we definitely see penny, if not free, reams of paper. If you don't want to wait for the penny offers, then Aaron, the other deal is going to need a back brace. So the other deal that we see on printer paper is cases, 10 ream cases that we will usually find for less than $10. So it's coming to $1 a ream, which is still a great price on printer paper. No, it's not the penny, but you just got all the paper you need for, I don't even know how long that would last you, but you paid $1 a ream for it. So watching for the case deals, the 10 case deals to be less than $10 or the penny a ream deals, either one. And the penny a ream deals shouldn't need a back brace, so you should be okay. Okay, and with Apple, someone else is, Aaron saying, should we wait on Apple products till later, or is it a good deal during back to school? So Apple laptops, we're not always going to see a super, super cheap discount on Apple laptops. They are what they are, and you might find them for $150 to $200 off of their regular price, which is still decent and still $200. But you're not going to find that, HP that just got cut in half for your Apple price. So what I would do on that one is go for that $150 to $200 price range break, but also watch for some discounts on Apple laptops around September when the new models are coming out, and also grabbing Best Buy gift cards, because Best Buy is the one who basically has an Apple store in their local location. So it's the only place outside of an Apple store that you can buy one new locally. But grabbing Best Buy gift cards in Kroger and Bi-Lo, in the stores that are offering us gas station gift discounts, and then using those gift cards at Best Buy when the computer is on sale. That's the best tip that I can give you to kind of try to maximize your savings on the Apple laptop specifically. And you really could go that route even at Kroger. I mean, Kroger sells Target gift cards, guys. So you could go that route with all of your back to school shopping if you wanted, grabbing the gift cards in the grocery store, getting your gas savings in the grocery store, and then grabbing the school supplies where you were already planning to in Target or Staples. But definitely for $1,000 laptop purchase, if you're heading to Best Buy for an Apple laptop. going big and having a lot of gas savings because of it is a huge way to just maximize that as far as you possibly can. With the penny deal, you usually have to buy another item. Is that what you mean by back brace? Oh no, Jamie, sorry. Erin was joking that she wanted a paper deal that didn't require a back brace to grab the paper deal. So that's what she means on that one. With the penny deal at Staples specifically, it actually shouldn't require a second item for Staples. What they're going to do is give you a coupon that you then redeem in the store, and the penny, it's actually a penny after Staples rewards a lot of times, or Staples easy rebates. So you go into the store and you pay $5.99 with the coupon that just took $1 off or something. And then you come home and you submit for a Staples easy rebate for $5.98, so that you end up paying a penny in the end. That's really how those are going to work in the store. Okay. Oh, and Disha, I do. So every time we see printers on sale, I try to post them. Now, I'm hesitant to post any inkjet deals. So if you are wanting an inkjet printer, there are going to be sales on them. But honestly, inkjet printers are kind of a dime a dozen. You can get them crazy cheap. Canons, HPs, we're talking like $20 for a new inkjet printer. That's cheaper than the ink that goes in it, but I do not recommend them. So an inkjet printer is going to cost you an arm and a leg to keep ink in because those refills are insanely priced. So what I recommend is really going with the Brother, and that specific Brother, because it's a black and white laser printer. I'm not paying for color, first off, and I'm not paying for ink. I'm paying for toner, and it's so much cheaper. So Wendy is specifically asking for toner replacement on one type of cartridge. And Wendy, I might try to find that for you, and I'll send you a Facebook message with what deal I can find for you. But what I would head to Amazon and look for that. And we always go off brand, but we can find toner replacements for those Brother printers for less than $10. And that's the high yield. That's going to print like 1,500 sheets for $10. You can't do that with an inkjet. So if your kids need it in color, you may not like this, but just tell them to color it. You know, it's in color. But we have a color printer. It is very rare for it to even be turned on. It does exist. It just collects dust because we just stick in black and white mode, and it's so much cheaper to do that. Miss J is saying a 5th generation iPad is $279. Can you price match that at Target and use the red card for an additional 5% off? Yes, if they have some in stock, you can. So you can always price match at Target for online or local deals, and you can always use your red card on top of that price match. So if you can find them in your local store, I would totally do that to add to that and get a little bit more. And yes, Paige is right. So Staples offers 110% guarantee, so you could possibly do better if you found it at Staples. But most of these stores, Best Buy price matches, especially when we come to electronics on those items. So Best Buy, Staples, and Target are the big ones for price matching. Walmart does not price match anyone really locally. They will do some online price matches, but honestly, your best bet if you want to price match at Walmart is price matching at walmart.com. It's actually easier to price match at walmart.com with another online retailer than it is to price match in the store now. So if you were really going to go there, that's what I would do. So Jamie's asking specifically on Ticonderogas. Yes, we do see sales on them. I was mentioning, the best sales that we see on them a lot of times are on the bulk options for Ticonderoga. And I will pull up and see what that price was that we saw last year really quick. But we've already seen a 96 count, just a lot of Ticonderoga pencils. That was less than $10. But watch for it to be, if you can, cheaper than even 10 cents a pencil would be what I would be aiming for. More like 5 cents a pencil. So give me a second and see what we find for the last sale, because I can't remember specifically. Staples had, what size box is this? Had them for $1. 11 cents a pencil. These are kind of just going through last year's prices. 11 cents and 10 cents a pencil. So looking in that price range for a 10 count box, 12 count box. So last year, if you want to know the specific week, I don't know if they're going to follow it to a T, but it was the last week in July. Staples ran 12 packs of Ticonderogas for $1. Now, they did this last year, and they've been doing this a lot already this year for Staples. I don't know if you guys have noticed on the Staples lists that are on Southern Savers, but most of the super, super good deals are not available at Staples online. They're only available in store. So watch for that one. But if they run that, just price match that. Head to Target and get it for $1. Don't feel like you have to make the trip to Staples, especially if you're like in my city where Staples is here or way over here and nowhere near where you're going to be. Just price match it at Target and you're good to go. So that's the price range we saw last year. It's probably what we'll stick with this year as well. Let's see. Folks are talking about the inkjet versus the toner. There's a lot of reasons to switch. For couponers, the biggest reason to switch is that your coupons will always scan at the register with a toner printed LaserJet printer. So an inkjet is liquid and they get blurry. The coupons don't tend to scan. They're just more difficult to deal with. So I switched to Brother printers, probably 7-8 years ago, and haven't looked back since. But that's kind of the perk of it all by switching to toner. And on the off-brand toner, we've never had a hard time at all with our toner cartridges and getting them to work in the printers. So that's just the way we've gone, and usually sticking with just whatever one's the cheapest. So we've switched up and bought a number of the different ones that are there. So questions on tax-free. So Amanda's asking, when is tax-free weekend? So I've posted a long list of all of the 2018 tax-free weekends already, and I'll have my husband put that link in the comment. But since you asked specifically for South Carolina, Amanda, it is the first weekend in August. So it's August 3rd through 5th. There's really 2 weekends that are the primary weekends for tax-free. So watch for your state. So one is the weekend before that, which is like the 27th, 28th of July, and then the 3rd through the 5th, depending on what area you're in. And I was actually surprised this year. So with tax-free weekends, found 2 new states that have not ever offered it before, but are offering tax-free weekends for the first time for back to school. That said, folks in Georgia and North Carolina, you still do not have a tax-free weekend. So you guys lost yours a few years ago, and they are not coming back. I hate to say it, but if you live near the border and you want something big, let's just come to South Carolina or go to Florida or go to Alabama, because those weekends do exist. And on one other note, for tax-free weekends, Alabama's is the earliest. So my Alabama folks, your weekend is coming up in a week and a half. So I hope Alabama's ready, because they're their own state out in the front. It's like voting all over again, I guess. But July 20th through the 22nd is Alabama's weekend, and then everybody else is the next weekend or the weekend after that. So, if you've got friends in Alabama, do not let them miss that, because it would be really sad if they were holding out for the times that all the other states were. And the latest in the bunch is Texas. So they are going to be late to the party. They are August 10th through the 12th. So everybody's inside that little window from July 20th to Texas's August 10th. So hopefully that helps. So Aaron says, we don't have any name brand office supply store close. Can you sign up for the rewards program online and get the super good deals that way? So Aaron, yes and no. I can't get the 10 cent and 25 cent items, especially for Staples. Almost every single one of them is in store only. So for those deals, I would really be looking at Walmart online, or some of the other stores that are having very similar prices, but for other deals that they run. So if they run, 50% off backpacks or 50% rewards back on backpacks, that's going to be online and you're good to go. When they run their reams of paper, Aaron, that is also online and you're good to go. For us, Office Depots closed down a number of locations. We don't even have an Office Max in town, but the ads are the same. We have 2 or 3 Office Depots, but the nearest one to me is probably about 40 minutes away. So I am not about to get in the car for a penny item or a free after rewards deal item. I am totally going to get that online, like the batteries this week. So they're offering free batteries at Office Depot and Office Max, but you can get that online. So I don't have to go to the store at all for a number of the deals that are out there, just the super, super cheap ones that they've been putting on sale. Oh, and Mindy's chiming in on a pool deal as we were talking about clearance. She said she found a deal on an Intex pool at Aldi. So you're going to find them everywhere right now. Patio, grills, pools. This is the clearance time for all of that. Swim. You know, if you want a swimsuit, grab it, and you'd still have plenty of time to wear it based on the temperatures around here. But you could tuck it away for next year if you wanted to as well. Okay. Let's see. I want to make sure I've gone down my list. And I don't know why, but for some reason, an hour on a Monday night call, it's way too fast for me. I always look up and realize that I haven't gotten anywhere where I wanted to. So this is one, I always get folks a little riled at me when I say this, but a big, huge way to save on back to school, guys. I know that your kids love it or that they want a really cute binder that has their favorite character on it, but savings never has a face on it is the best way to put it. So if your kids are wanting, they make cute composition books that have dogs and cats and fun things. These are going to be as cheap as $0.25 on sale. So go with the cheap ones and give them stickers if that's what you need to do. But let them decorate it, but don't pay for brands. So Marvel, all of that, just ignore it. Sometimes we're going to see backpacks just on clearance that have brands on them. But even when it comes to backpacks, I would never pay for a brand on a backpack for 2 reasons. Not only does it cost an arm and a leg, but next year they're not going to want Marvel. And now we have to look at getting a new backpack. But we don't do that here. So the backpack that you have is going to be the backpack that you're using for a very long time. And it's not going to have any kind of character on it because you aren't going to want that in 2 or 3 years from now. If they get super sad by that, give them something else. So again, stickers or something that's going to make it feel better. So you got to decorate it. But I would even recommend, not even on a lunchbox. So I know that's a hard one. Lunchboxes for, school kids don't tend to even last the whole year. If you go super cheap, they're going to fall apart pretty quick. But you can decide where you want to go there. You can decide how mean you want to be if you view it as mean. But for me, no faces, no brands. And we don't even do faces or brands really on clothing. Now that is a dress code that is at the co-op that we are part of. It's just, no real, writing and words on clothing, but just basic all around. But it's a good way to save money. And I know a lot of schools have gone to uniforms really for that same concept, is getting the idea of not having brands always in the front of kids' faces, but saving some money in the end. That's what I want you to look at it as. Okay, I think I've gotten through most of the questions. Oh, Kimberly was saying, what is the Scope mouthwash deal? So the best mouthwash deal currently is really at Rite Aid, Kimberly. So I don't know if you have a Rite Aid near you anymore. I don't. There are some crazy good deals at Rite Aid between last week and this week, though, which is hard. But Rite Aid has free mouthwash, free toothpaste, free toothbrushes this week. So those are probably the best. CVS had a Scope deal last week. It could still be running. I didn't check. But those were the kind of the bigger ones that are out there. And what it is specifically that you're looking for is it is Scope. It is Crest. Crest makes Scope. But there's a $2 off load to card coupon with Rite Aid. And when you load that $2 off coupon, it ends up making it a moneymaker after the bonus cash offer in Rite Aid. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully you have a Rite Aid. But that was that particular deal. Oh, interesting. So Lynn says, my brother printer gets a blank page in between each sheet of coupons. Any idea why? That is a unique one for me, Lynn. And we print a lot of coupons on our Brother printer. What I would look at on your print preview screen, let me see, just to, I will share my screen here and show you what pops up. So on the print preview screen that pops up, Len, if you can see this right here, so I'm in Chrome, but I would make sure that it either says fit to page or that your scale isn't over 100, because once I do that, it sometimes is going to force this to a second page. So I would look right here. If you can see what's right there, it's hard for me. I'm in your way almost with my head there, but on the print preview screen that's popping up, adjusting your scale, your fit to page, all of that, just making sure that the box is checked right. And yes, this is specifically for Chrome, but there should be something similar for other browsers. And the reason I recommend Chrome for printable coupons, though, guys, is that you have this ability. In Firefox, in Safari, you're not going to have that ability to always pop up and to see your coupons before they print, or in Internet Explorer. But I hope, I haven't recommended Internet Explorer for 10 plus years. So it's time to find a new web browser if you're still in Explorer mode. But hopefully that helps, Len. iPhone 8 deals. Also, Len, yes. So as we go with computers and we've talked calculators and everything else, when it comes to phones, it's not really a back to school item in terms of sales, but this is the best time of the year if you're wanting to get an older model. So you're looking for the 8, which is great. That is the one that's going to be on sale. We saw for Father's Day a ton of buy one, get one sales across all of the regular providers, especially including Verizon. So possibly going that route. I don't know if you need the second phone, but you will also see discounts on them. I know Target's running a gift card on them this week for any activation of a new phone. It doesn't mean a new line, but just switching phones is going to get you that gift card at Target. But that's going to get ramped up as we get closer to September as well, because come September, we're going to have that new model coming out and arriving in October. So they're going to start to push those older models harder and harder. And we're almost there. I would maybe hold out for the beginning of August and just start to see what you can find in August. And then thank you, Jonathan. You know what, Jonathan? I actually told my husband at dinner tonight, do not let me forget Chick-fil-A. So thank you, Jonathan. Tomorrow is Chick-fil-A Cow Appreciation Day. Yes, it is crazy, but it's crazy fun, guys. If you haven't gone, you should go. It is a tradition in our house. My kids were already talking about decorating their trash bags, which is what we do. Everybody puts on a white trash bag with and draws with Sharpie markers, black spots all over it. Kids get a free kids meal. Adults get a free entree. So not a free meal for adults, but a free entree. Little heads up, check your Chick-fil-A app, because I pulled up my app and I have a free drink with the cow calendar this month, and we have a free fry from some other offer. So that's a whole meal right there once you add in your free entree. So you just need to dress up like a cow in some way, put spots on you, wear a trash bag. It's all day until 7 p.m. That's the new change this year. So it's not going all into the evening, but pretty fun and shouldn't be missed by far. It's just a fun tradition. Okay. So Shanna says, I keep hearing Rite Aid. What happened? Yes. So Shanna, they're already gone in a number of areas. So in my area, there are no more Rite Aids. They were all on clearance in the last few weeks, and they are either closed or Walgreens now. And they are slowly working from the coast in. So they actually did Charleston, South Carolina a while ago. Now they're hitting our area, and they're just going to keep on going. I know a lot of folks in Georgia were saying that they were already clearanced out and closing too. So I would look for it, as we hit end of the months, you're going to see a number of them keep dropping off at the end of each month. A lot of you that already have a Rite Aid with a Walgreens pharmacy in it, you're already halfway there. So the next phase, they do the pharmacy first, and then they do the front end of the store. So it's happening. There will not be any more Rite Aids left in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, I'm pretty sure, is losing all of theirs as well. So for any of us in the Southeast, we're going to have to either go to Kentucky or Virginia if we want to find a Rite Aid or keep heading west. They had said they were going to do it by April. I would guess, as most things happen in business worlds, that took a lot longer than they thought, but they're definitely at high speed now. So if you do have a Rite Aid near you and you don't think they're closing yet, I would at least call them. So if you do have bonus cash, I wouldn't just hang on to it for kicks, thinking that they're always going to be there. I would find out when that date is, or find out if they've already started to clearance things out, because once they're gone, you are going to be making a road trip to use your bonus cash if you really want to use it up. But that's what's going on right now. So just paying attention to what the ones in your area are doing are probably the best bet. In my area, they're gone. So there's no more Rite Aid, even though they're running very sweet deals this week. We can't have them. Okay. I think we're good. We've hit everything. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go for the night. Thanks for joining me. I know we covered a lot and a lot of deals, but to recap, the biggest one being, don't try to grab it all in one week. Watch Staples, Office Depot, and Office Max for the top penny cheap deals, and then Target to price match those. Target and Walmart already have their prices up. Not a lot's going to change with those prices except with Cartwheel. So watching Target Cartwheel each week to see what they're loading in for back to school supplies. And then watch your Sunday papers. We're going to start to see back to school coupons, not this coming week. Back to school coupons in the Sunday ads usually end up being more the beginning of August. But we will see Elmer's, Expo, Bic, some Crayola, all of the big brands, Uniball, we'll see all of them roll out with some actual coupons that you can clip from the Sunday paper. Some of them will be printables, but most are in the Sunday paper. So we can pair all of those in with the deals too. Is there a best time to go to Chick-fil-A tomorrow? So Kimberly, maybe eating lunch at like 11? I would not go to Chick-fil-A at noon tomorrow. You might be there a while, but they're usually very prepared for this. Like I'm probably like Black Friday for me. If you work for Chick-fil-A, you must be there on Cow Appreciation Day. I'm guessing no one gets to call in sick. No one gets to stay home. So it usually moves pretty fast. But I would either eat an early lunch or a late lunch to get the best deals. And you actually can go for breakfast. So you could hit all the Chick-fil-A's in town if you wanted to. Just go by 7 p.m. That would be the big one. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I hope this helps you guys. I hope anybody else that's in back to school mode, share this with them. Share the back to school price list that we put a link to as well, just to help folks out. So we're going to see deals starting this week all the way until the third week in August. And that's really your end point. Don't go past it. So thanks again and have a great night.